Testing. Hi there, my name is Rohan Bebe, and today we are going to be talking about the survivorship bias. We're going to be talking about what is the survivorship bias, okay? So let's give up this example, okay? So here we have, let's call him Tim, okay? And Tim wants to be, he just likes electronic music, like DJs, right? He sees it all over the news all day, he's walking down the park, he looks at, let's say he's in the city, even if he's in the mall, he looks at one thing, there's just a guy with a DJ, okay? So he really wants to do, okay? But most likely, he will actually be failed, but there's there is a 0.01% chance he actually becomes a successful DJ. To put into perspective, that's one per successful DJ. There are 1,000 other unsuccessful DJs, okay? So basically, in other words, he basically, overestimates it and most likely ends up, being failed, right? And this is due to something called the survivorship bias, okay? When we only look at the positive thing and don't look at the negative thing. Because of now late news sources, right? They're not just gonna put in, okay, so here we have this unsuccessful DJ that nobody really cares about. I don't even care about him, right? No, they want the more popular stuff. And it's always out there. So that way they want to do it and more people. But in reality, it's most likely that, you're gonna fail. Because, well, the chances of you are getting that are super low, okay? So let's say Timothy, okay, doesn't believe that, okay? And we say that to him, and he decides to do his own research, and he finds something shocking. So let's say we have in the literal world, we have books, right? So for one popular author, there are 100 unpopular authors. They're published, but they're not selling well. There are 100 unpopular authors out there, okay? One that never sells, but for one that doesn't sell, there are 100 other people that have no publisher. They made a script and everything, but they could not find a publisher. And for one of those who have no publisher, there are 100 other people that have unfinished scripts or drafts that were just thrown into the desk or drawer, never to be seeing the light of day ever again. To put in perspective, okay, if there's one popular author, there are 1 million other unsuccessful authors, okay? And that's very shocking because, all the news articles, they want to show you the more popular, the more better ones. But what about the ones that did the same thing? They did the same thing like you, but they got the opposite of what they wanted. And there are also a bunch of factors such as luck, and it can also be in any job, not only with authors and DJs. It could be with engineering, science, being a teacher, and being an entrepreneur, okay? It could be anything, and because of the survivor bias, you should always take advice with a grain of salt. So let's put it as this, okay? Let's say you've been looking online and you always see these articles that say, here are some few facts on how to be lucky and how to get stuff, like 5 habits that all successful people in common have, okay? Now to put in that, for some people, yes, it will work. They will become rich and famous. But what about the other people that did the same thing, but it did not work? There are a bunch of other people, millions of other people that did that, and guess what? It did not work. Okay, let's make up an example, okay? Here we have number 1 and number 2. These two are successful, right? They both dropped out of college. They started their business, and both of them, okay, got more successful, right? And because of the news and media and stuff, everyone's looking at, oh man, they're so successful. Maybe I should do that too, you know? Oh man, okay? So they do it, and guess what happens? Stocks go down, everything wrong happens, and most likely your business will either just be maybe mediocre or just at least just bad, and it will never see the light of day. It will not be popular. You will not get rich. All of that was a waste of time, years, and investment and money. All of that is just waste. Okay, so that's why we should not overestimate our problems. Okay, maybe also look into the dead side, because news channels are not going to be talking about the graveyard of the unsuccessful. No, they are going to be wanting to talk about the life of the rich and living, okay? So that's why we should not overestimate everything and take any piece of advice with a little bit of grain of salt. Okay, you don't want to fully trust that because in most probable cases it's not going to work, okay? So that's the survivorship bias, okay? And that's basically it. Thank you for watching this video. Hope to see you next time. Bye-bye!